Our story today takes us to South Africa in the Western Cape province. Western Cape is South Africa's largest province. It is well known for its scenic beauty and a wealth of flora and fauna. It is also known for its capital city, Cape Town, set beneath Table Mountain. Fun fact, there are more plant species in the Table Mountain National Park than in the entire United Kingdom. In Table Bay, Robben Island is the notorious prison that once held Nelson Mandela and is now a living museum. Further afield, winelands surround historical towns like Stellenbosch, Franschhoek, and Paarl. The town we're focusing on today is Paarl. Paarl is a town with more than 100,000 inhabitants. It is the third oldest city in South Africa and the largest city in the Cape Winelands. One of the inhabitants of Paarl is Tamia Botha. Tamia Botha, who was affectionately known as Mia by her loved ones, was born on the 4th of July 2018 to parents Eudine Botha and Gideon Tays. Mia lived in the town Paarl of Western Cape in Klein Nederburg. She lived together with her parents and siblings. Mia was described by her loved ones as being a chatty little one who was super friendly to everyone she came across. No one could have predicted that on the 25th of September 2022, tragedy would hit the family. It was early evening, just after sunset, when Mia, aged 4 years old, was playing outside her family home in Klein Nederburg. It was getting dark outside, so Mia was called inside the house, but according to the father, Gideon Tays, Mia refused to come inside the house as her brother went to call her. He decided to go take her because it was already dark outside. However, as he stepped outside, Mia was no longer there. Mia's parents then went around the neighborhood asking friends and neighbors if they had seen the little girl, but to no avail. For their daughter to take off without telling anyone was a big red flag, and Eudine said if she would have went to a friend's house, surely the parents would have let her know. With that said, they decided to involve the police. A small search was conducted, but had to be called off as the neighborhood was dark due to load shedding. Mia's mother, Eudine, said it was extremely difficult for her to sleep through the night without knowing the whereabouts of her daughter.
Dus die krag ons nou af en die foune se ligte as mos so skeef, ons het mos nog nie trotse gehad nie. Ja. En toen was ik zeker tot hoe laat bij die politiestatie werd ik nog verklaring hieltyd afgegeven. En hulle bring toe my huis toe.
A large search was carried out the following morning. However, they failed to locate the little girl. They had many false alarms throughout the day. Later in the afternoon, a young scholar saw someone dumping something that appeared to be wrapped in a blanket or a black bag on the school grounds. They went to check what was being dumped and found that it was in fact the body of the 4-year-old.
In Paarl East, the community of Klein Nederburg is still reeling after the body of 4-year-old Tamia Botha was discovered on a local school field. A family says she went missing on Sunday evening, shortly before load shedding. Her body was discovered following a search by members of the community.
A body was found there by the school there, by Nederburg School. But I didn't go there and look because I was too scared to see my child lying there. My wife go there. And they say they found the body with bags in her mouth and stuff like that. That's why I turned and come back.
The Western Cape Commissioner for Children says the continued violence against children is an indictment on South African society. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Cape Town.
SAPS spokesperson Captain Frederick van Wyk said, quote, "The deceased was found with injuries to her body. A murder investigation has been opened," close quote. Eugene said she refused to look at her child's body but could see her child's legs and navy blue boots she was last seen wearing. She was in complete shock and broke down. More than 400 local residents were at the scene as the community also helped search for the little girl. Tensions and emotions were high as they say a man who was seen throwing something by the field was taken in for questioning. Councillor Leander Matthey said, open quote, "The community is up in arms and wanted to take matters in their own hands. They were furious that the police managed to escape with the suspects. It was chaotic. One of the witnesses noticed the suspect at the scene, that he threw something out of his sports bag. I also had to intervene because they were also upset with the mother," close quote.
A community saddened and angered, calling for the harshest possible punishment for perpetrators of child killings. Tamia Botha went missing on Sunday evening. On Monday, her body was found here, on the premises of a local primary school. The murdered girl's father says losing his only daughter is taking its toll.
I just want the people to be found and they must get justice. They must get what they deserve and be punished because I can't anymore. It's becoming worse for me.
Two suspects, aged 37 and 40, were arrested on Tuesday and were due to appear in court today. Community leaders say authorities were still working on the case docket.
The senior prosecutor, she told me this morning that they're still busy with the case, that they're processing all the evidence to take the case to court today, but they're still uncertain if they will take it in or not.
Police are continuing the investigations. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Paarl.
A week later, the suspect who were apprehended were released from police custody due to lack of evidence. Tamia Botha was laid to rest 2 weeks after her body was found in the school field. Community members came out in swarms to celebrate the young one and support the bereaved family, with children holding pictures of Mia as they laid her to rest. In Cameroon of Action Society, a non-profit organization which helps victims of violent crime, attended the funeral and had the following to say, open quote, "The police up to this point have never really communicated with the community. There were several people taken for questioning, but there wasn't clear communication on what the status of investigation was. All we know now is that it is at a very sensitive stage. There are 2 or 3 leads from other suspects, but it is at a sensitive stage and we will hopefully see arrests and official charges in the next few days," close quote. Action Society said a spate of attacks against the vulnerable proved police were not curbing crime. "It is bad, it is very bad," says renowned activist and director of community safety at Action Society in Cameroon. Anyone with information on this incident can anonymously contact Crime Stop at 08600 10 111 or SMS Crime Line at 32211.